Oh, actually, let me try restart it. Didn't even try that yet. Want to suck your blood as music? Umaneko's a winter game? Let's all go to the Kamai Tachi no Yoru's evil ski resort log cabin. Well, that's not. Oh, okay, I got. Okay, I just had to restart the program. Okay, now we can finally begin. Sorry about that. Wait, I have to put in my name? Why can't? Why don't I have like a default name? I'm sure the guy has like a default name, right? It's an unnamed protagonist. Okay. Well, we're not naming him Stack. This is my stream. Do you want to come on here? Do you want to get on stream, Saku? Waiting for your fuck ass response. I'm on iPad, but I mean sure. Just eat your noodles. Name them Arts. Okay. Oh, look at those beautiful graphics. It was a summer evening. Under a cloudy sky, the thin and winding mountain road continued on. The scenery wasn't very interesting, with thickets on each side of the road. Nami has been quietly sitting beside me for a long time. Maybe she got tired after a long tennis game and was sleeping. Nami, are you asleep? I called out to her. Nami, wake up. Oh, these are the options. Okay. I'll try calling out to her before I start, like, physically interacting with her. Nami, are you asleep? I softly called out to her. She lightly opened her eyelids. She took a moment to wake up from her dream, but when she noticed me next to her, she rushed to smile. Hold that hand, let's play the Silent Hill G-Base sound novel. Is it scary? I think I saw that. It looks, I don't know. No. I was only closing my eyes. She says that, but I'm pretty sure she was asleep. I didn't mean to wake you, sorry. It's fine, go back to sleep. No, all I'm doing is making you drive. I guess you're alone and bored. We can't get radio on the mountain. Nami looked out the window. But yeah, get all cozy, get all, you know, get your blankie and tea and whatever you need to make yourselves at home. This is a horror novel. Huh? Is like a dark game environment enough to be scary for you? What do you think? I'm not gonna answer that. Art song. What? What species are those flowers? So many of them have been blooming out there. How the hell am I supposed to know? Who does she think I am? A botanist? My model's frozen? What? Okay, hold on. Wait, I'm fine. Oh, is it because it's too dark? Hold on. Okay, yeah. Let me turn on the lights then. I thought my what you call it? My humidifier light would be enough to see my face. Okay, hold on. Like, no, that means I was playing. I need to play this game in the dark for maximum scariness. How do we do this? Okay, whatever. I'll just turn on my lights. It's still dark outside, I guess. That's fine. Here goes my immersion. Playing horror games in my kitchen with bright fluorescent lights. I can't do that. That ruins the fun. Okay, anyways. Yellow flowers continued on the side of the road. They had long, narrow stems and round leaves. Oh, those. They're Otogirisou. Gasp! No fucking way! Already! In Japanese, its name is written as grass that cuts the younger brother. Otogirisou? Yes. The Otogirisou has a strange history. I thought telling it could be a nice change of pace with talking to Nami, but given the choice... Huh? I told a slightly frightening story. Wait? I told an exaggeration. Long, long ago. What? This is sudden. So, as I was saying, long ago, in the heart of a deep, deep forest, there lived two falconer brothers. What are falconers? They just raise falcons? They were close and always out together hunting with hawks. Are falcons hawks? I'm asking so many questions. I don't know anything about birds, clearly. Falconers hunt hawks? Oh! Well, look at it. No, falconers hunt with hawks. Whenever some Japanese name got kitty giri in it, something crazy must have happened. Yeah, I agree. By the way, for generations, their family was famous for its lineage of expert falcon keepers. I think there's a kirigiri version of this called Kirigirisou, but it's not translated. Kirigiri from Danganronpa. But they had a secret. Since long ago, there was a special medicine for hawks, which only that family knew the recipe for. It could save one of their beloved hawks, even if they suffered a life-ending injury. Nami said, "How cunning! They kept it all to themselves." Possibly. But because of that, the nobleman favored those brothers, and they enjoyed a great deal of fame. And one day, under the nobleman's orders, all the falconers from that village gathered for a falconry contest. A falconry contest? What a strange expression. Oh, don't complain about it. But the story sounds so long. Oh, listen till the end. We'll tell her the short version of the story. I'm not gonna bother if she doesn't want to hear it. Then how about I tell the short version of the story? That sounds good. In the end, the younger brother revealed the secret recipe to someone else. Then the furious older brother cut him, and a spray of blood landed on flowers that would be named Otogirisou, right? That's right. The sound of the car freaked me out. I thought there was like thunder outside or something. Nami said, "Must be a common story." Oh, it's raining now. So then the symbolism of the Otogirisou is... Huh? I can't remember. You forgot? It was just on the tip of my tongue until now. I rubbed my throat. That kind of bothers me. What was it again? It wasn't seppuku. A flower that symbolizes seppuku. I've never heard that one before. Nami laughed. I laughed along with her. Suddenly, Nami looked around the area. Hey, we didn't get lost on the road, did we, Art-san? I was sure something felt a little off for a while. Uncomfortable, I said. No, we're not lost at all. I wanted to believe that. What the hell? Ah! I sharply steered out of the way. I somehow dodged the oncoming car, but my own car was barreling down the hilly road. That's weird. The brake isn't responding. The car steadily sped up. Art-san, the brake! I'm stepping on it. It's not responding. Do something! On the left was a big tree, the right a river. What? It's okay, I pulled the parking brake. What? I don't think I would try to drive the car into the river. Nothing. Oh, fuck. I refuse to die. Screaming, I stepped on the brake again, but to no avail. Nami covered her face. I also instinctively shut my eyes, as I kept screaming deliriously. Art-san. Huh. I opened my eyes and the car had stopped. Nami was hanging her head and blushing a little. Did I shout something embarrassing at the last moment? Oh wait, did I say I love her? Hiding my embarrassment, I said. Art-san, kimono image, yeah. So there's actually a version that omits the honorifics, but I specifically chose a translation that kept them. Because I just like it that way. Are you okay, Nami? Yes. We got out of the car. I could see a small light beyond the grassy area. Maybe it's a house. A house in a place like that? I certainly felt something was off about a house being that way. Oh. Huh? I feel like that light moved. For heaven's sake, that's a window. But just now, there, it just moved to the side. We looked into the forest. Whoa. Nami covered her ears and crouched down. I gulped when I saw how high the giant Japanese cedar tree split right in half and fell down. Black smoke rose from a smoldering burn mark. Tragically, our car was crushed under it. Oh, great. Crushed flat. Well, we escaped with our lives. Then let's go already. Don't stand there all day. We took a flashlight and a bag of clothes, and started walking towards a light that seemed to be from a house. Hey, what if that isn't a house? Nami was very scared from the shock of the lightning strike. Then... I first wanted to comfort Nami, so I took her hand. No, stop! She was treating me like a pervert. I used to love watching playing horror stuff as a kid and teen. I stopped for a long time and now I'm scared as hell. Damn, how did like you go through like a reversal? I thought like if you enjoyed that kind of horror stuff as a kid, it would probably continue into being an adult. I hate horror games. Like I would never I would never like want to play this, but I feel like it's a part of like culture, so I definitely want to check it out. Heta Oni, well, those games are like designed with jump scares in mind, so I don't blame you like specifically. Hey, Nami. Oh, sorry. Your face looked like a dried up mummy, Art-san. Huh. A mummy. Yeah. Nami clung to me. The rain's getting worse. Let's hurry. Ah! Nami and I screamed at the same time. Horror desensitization October? Yeah. I usually play like a bunch of horror games for October. I usually do a collab with a good friend of mine named Glooby. He sits with me as I play through Resident Evil. So we've done 2 and 3. We've done it 2 years in a row. So this year we'll probably play Resident Evil 4. Horror is so fun. Yeah, for you. Nearby yellow flowers are growing all over the place. Oh, Otogirisou. Otogirisou. Oh. They're like a guidepost, leading us towards the light. I said. For now, let's go look, Nami. Okay. We continued walking. Suddenly Nami stopped walking. Nami? She said nothing and pointed ahead. It was an old Western-style mansion. Not including a light from a window, there was a strange light around the outline of the mansion that made it look blue. That mansion. Nami gulped. It's like it's glowing on its own. Yeah. I noticed goosebumps coming up my spine. Art-san, shall we go? When Nami asked me that, I daringly decided to go. I think I would just go because otherwise we're stuck in the rain in the middle of the forest. Have you ever been to an old Western-style mansion? I can't say I have. I daringly decided to go. It's a good test of our courage. Let's go. Art-san, your voice is shaking. Oh, I was just using my vibrato. Don't overdo it. Let's turn back. I wanted to do that, but I didn't want Nami to think I was an unreliable man. Let's run. Stay quiet and come with me. Oh wait, no, that's me. My voice shook again. There's a big purple guy inside. No, not the owl Oni. The old there's an abandoned one sort of near my old house. Keep seeing nuns with candles in the window at night. Oh, fuck off. Say, psych. We ran, pulling behind Nami by 5 meters because of her feet like a Japanese Sharou. I reached the front of the gate. Let's go in. I didn't want to scare Nami, so I was going to go in without hesitation. Wet from the rain, the heavy gate doors had a black luster. When I pushed them, they opened without resistance. Excuse us! We politely bowed towards the mansion and stepped through the gates. Yellow flowers were blooming like crazy in the large garden. All Otogirisou. Then something passed by. Oh, a cat. What? A cat? Oh, you surprised us. People moved into it and renovated it, but the nuns moved to the front yard. What? Australia haunted as hell. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Nami said, "It's a black cat." It turned its head to us. Its whole body twisted and shined in a green light. Green? Said Ghost, why would you wish that? That was strange. A green cat. Wait. Where can I add the glorp emote? Is that BTTV or 7TV? Zach Baggins. I don't know who that is. It was on BTTV? How do I add it to my channel? I wish I had ghosted arts. Oh, me! After accepting my diabolical love's proposition, yeah. I really did not want to watch that anime. People wonder why I don't take take Saku's suggestions. Oh shit, it updates in the chat. He's a guy from Ghost Adventures. I loved ghost hunting TV shows. He's a big fan of the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys before the incident. Still watches them now, but shaking my head. Oh, that John Titor episode was so bad. I never want to watch anything by them again. Art song. Was the incident guy in that show I never watched? Without a moment's delay, I said. Our eyes are a little tired. I took Nami's hand and started walking. I wonder how many of these options like actually matter. Nami stopped several meters from the entrance. The shadows of those trees. Someone's there. Where? I pointed the flashlight. Like a long arm, the light shined on the distant tree shadows. Nobody's there. I casually pointed the light up. Kya! In the branches, there was a distorted brown severed head. What? TV was so awesome around Halloween. I hate TV around Halloween. This was at the Watcher channel trying to get rid of the whole YouTube library and put in descriptions over his ass. Yeah. I remember that. A wrinkled face. Had rough, pale brown skin with disorderly stripes. Wait, what? I laughed. What? Look, it's a wasp nest. I've heard they're toxic and can kill you if they sting you. Oh no, let's go! But watching America's Scariest Haunted Houses? I would never watch that. That's stuff my mom would be into. Then the nest shook. Suddenly a swarm of wasps emerged from it. What? I didn't know we were gonna get attacked in this game. Kya! Run away, Nami. We had no choice but to escape into the mansion. Protecting Nami, I ran in a crazed frenzy. We ran to the heavy front door. Excuse us, good evening. No reply. I pushed and pulled on it to no avail. Nami, the window. Nami ran to a window to the side and smashed it with the flashlight. She quickly stuck her hand into it and undid the lock. Thanks. I wasn't a huge Try Geyser, so the cheat lure was a big shot and didn't affect my YouTube viewing habits. I didn't even know who the Try Guys were until that happened. In any case, our first priority was to get inside. We went in through the window. I broke it. Let's apologize for it together. I looked around and there was a large hall. These houses always got those two staircases in the middle. Please excuse us. We shouted repeatedly, only to hear our voices echoing. But aren't the lights on? Did they forget to turn them off before leaving? A big glass box full of dirty water was in the center. What? It was a very big water tank. Moss on the glass shook ominously, but the water was silent. There were a large clock and a big leather-covered sofa. Nami said, "Somehow I feel like I've seen this room somewhere." She stood up and went ahead of me. I definitely think the modern Try Guys, but the new guys are more fun. I only watched a couple. I think summer is like a big time for horror media as well. Oh my god! Silver Chariot! My armor was next to the fireplace. It had a dull silver shine. When I got close to try to touch it, Nami was looking at the water tank and screamed. The water! The stagnant water swelled and billowed. I caught a glimpse of something inside other than moss or mud. Whoa! Hey, what did you see just now? Let's get away from that. I took Nami's hand and backed off. So much of the TV I watched as a kid is glorified top 10 videos. I guess it's like easy media to make before YouTube could, like other people could start making them themselves. Like, shows like America's Funniest Home Videos and shit. Nami and I backed away a little and concentrated on the muddy water. Oh, something just... Nami pointed. What was it? It wasn't a fish. Where? Oh. It's like it's swimming. In the muddy water, something wriggled and was swimming around. We unconsciously approached it. Oh, a cat. A cat? We jumped back from the water tank. Have you ever seen a fish that looked like a cat? I know cats that eat fish, but... For a moment we stood stock still. Was it because of the rays of light or something? How did we both see the same optical illusion at the same time? What was that? The second floor. We looked up to the ceiling. Something's moving. I said, I knew it! There's someone here! Oh no. We shouted however many times without a reply. Now he's looking at the stairs. I don't think it's only us in this house. I asked why. My friend Lily has a tank like this in her backyard. It's living fish in it. I was like, dog, yeah, clean this thing. Yeah, if it's that gross, you can't see it, like anything on the inside. My line of sight. Huh? I have a feeling. Shuddering, I immediately thought back. It's because of the armor. I feel like I'm being watched. I was at a loss for words. The armor. Nami also opened her mouth wide. The armor that was there until just now was... gone. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that sound. Don't make those sounds, please. What the fuck? When we were distracted with the water tank, did somebody take it away? There it is again! Or to watch Trespasser too? To be fair, they weren't trespassing. They said, like, hi, like, we're here, you know? I knew it, the second floor. Let's go look. We were climbing the stairs. Strangely, the thick wooden handrail was getting very cold. Careful. I don't like this. Nami came to gently take my arm. While I climbed the stairs, I thought for sure at this point that somebody moved the armor. We got upstairs in a long hallway with many doors extended left and right. The spook alert. I'm getting the spook alert alright. We cautiously waited to see if anything would happen. The room at the end of the hallway was still a little open. We went towards it. Excuse us? No reply. I got a bad feeling. Let's go back. The scariest thing, ours will be here. Me? Yeah. But this door's already open. Nami called out into the room. Excuse us, we're coming in. We shyly entered. A weak light was coming from a lamp at the back of the room. I could barely see a small round cloth table with a thick notebook on top. Based on the cover, it looked like a diary. I approached to try to pick it up. Oh. Don't close the door, Nami. Huh? It wasn't me. Huh? No way Nami would do that. Then the door closed on its own? Is someone there? I called out towards the door. No reply. Art-san. First and foremost, I tried to open the door. But my eyes weren't used to the darkness, and I couldn't even see my feet. The nuts of the candles. Nami lit a candle behind me. What? Is she the nun? The room became a little brighter. Thanks. Thanks for what? Huh? Didn't you lit a candle for me? I saw the blood drain from Nami's face. Hey, are you joking? I didn't light a candle. Huh? I thought you lit it. I didn't even notice one here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how would Nami even know that there's a candle here? What do you mean nut woods? In the light from the candle, we couldn't move. No, but besides Nami, just who the heck could have done that? We jumped at a sudden sound. Is someone there? Is someone there? Horace, I barely got that out. Art-san, someone sitting there. What? Someone was there. What I thought was a cloth table was actually that person's lap. They were in a wheelchair. Oh, we're sorry. I rushed to apologize. We came in here without permission. We called out several times from the entrance. Hey, that's strange. That person didn't react at all. Are they sleeping? The wheelchair slowly moved forward. Ah! That person was a mummy. We couldn't speak. Our legs were completely frozen from fear. The wheelchair moved on its own and turned towards us. We rushed out of the room. Nami and I ran through the long hallway. Gah! Art-san! I lost my footing on the stairs. Aye! Pain shot through my body as I banged on the floor. Just then, my vision went black. The power's gone out. The area was pitch black. Let's play Clock Tower? No, that's scary too. Could say this was true darkness. To think there would be a blackout at a time like this. Nami. Nami? No reply? What do you mean me yesterday? Oh, when you knocked out? Nami? I panicked. Nami's gone. In the darkness, I couldn't get the mummy. I just saw it in my head. What? What does that sound? In the darkness, So fun, love the goofy vibe. It doesn't look goofy to me. I had a feeling Nami gulped in the darkness, and I instinctively shouted. Nami! No matter how many times I shouted, only an empty echo came back. Even my own voice gave me an uncanny feeling. There's no whimsical vibe. Stop. My extended hand only grasped at darkness. The dark. They often say things like nobody knows what the future holds, or you can't grasp the dark by pinching your nose. But this was a true darkness. In the first true darkness I encountered in my life, I turned to stone. Maybe I should stop playing. We seen this my second SNES Oregon. Getting a lot of Clock Tower vibes with this. So you played a Clock Tower before? In a world before iPhone flashlights? Yeah. It's always scarier. Like the older the time, the era the story takes place is. Like as you get more modern, there's like I think it's harder to scare people. Oh. I felt something. It was a woman's hair. Nami? Forgetting myself, I extended my hand. I grasped a woman's skin. It was cold. I instinctively let my hand go. You're not Nami? What the heck did I touch? Art-san, where are you? I watched Let's Plays as I did with all horror games like that. Oh, okay. That light was from Nami holding a flashlight. You were here? It looked like Nami took the flashlight from my bag in the foyer. Nami shined the light around. The foyer was empty, and beside me and Nami there were no signs of life. What's wrong? Nami looked at me mysteriously. I don't think that's her. I don't think that's her anymore. I don't. Oh, no. Oh my fucking god. I've only been playing this for like 20-30 minutes. I can't stop now. Oh. Nami shined the flashlight at my feet, and the black cat wearing a bell was sitting there. Here, kitty. When Nami held out her hands, it approached and fawned on us. Aren't you cute? Nami held the cat in her arms. You surprised me. When I reached for it, it quickly jumped away from Nami. Oh. For an instant, the cat looked like it shined green. What's up with this fucking green cat? Green cat. Do you think it went to the mummy's room? The mummy. Right. We did see the mummy. But how can a mummy exist in this modern day Japan? Did we really see it? Nami asked, hey, do you want to check that place again? I said in a shaky voice, yeah, let's do it. We came to the mummy room from earlier. I'll open it. Okay. Nami, I'm really gonna open it. Hurry up, Art-san. I wanna watch it. Need a shower? You should prioritize your shower. Afraid I quietly opened it. I opened the door and the lights were on inside. The wheelchair and the mummy were gone. Oh. Nami noticed a diary on the floor. I picked up the old leather-bound diary and found it was very heavy. I quickly flipped through, and the last page ended on a date 6 years ago. There was blood on it. Deep red drops of blood. Fresh blood on an old diary. What did you say? Feeling weak from the blood, I got dizzy. Something happened here. Let's leave. Detective minigame twinkle sound? Yeah. The sound when you find something. We left the room. What? The armor. The armor that disappeared was blocking our way. Don't get separated. I ran as I felt Nami's impatience. Easily influenced, I got caught up racing with Nami and got ahead of her. At last, we made it to the entrance. The door is gone. That big door was gone with just an ordinary wall in its place. How the fuck are they doing that? Vampire Nights? No. I shouted, how did this happen? There was definitely a door here, right? Yeah, we came through it. Maybe we're mistaken? Or in our rush to run away. Maybe we had escaped to somewhere else that looked similar. That's possible. That wouldn't be strange in this large of a mansion. At any rate, we had to escape now. The windows. The windows! Ugh. We stood there powerless. It was as if by its own will the mansion had closed every single window, using shutters. It's like the mansion had swallowed us. I said. It won't swallow us so easily. I fought back. Now it's time to go exploring. Exploring? Looks like the mansion isn't letting us go home. We might as well look around, right? Till someone says no. Look in every nook and cranny. You're pretty cool when you get mad, Art-san. She says that, but I can't be angry all the time. Over there. Nami pointed at a door that had a strong light coming through the gap. Will someone be inside this time? I grabbed the knob. Wait. Nami politely knocked on the door. However, no reply. Nami asked, do you think they're away? Yeah, open it. I pulled the door open. Ah! I involuntarily bent back. It's a group of Hitodama. They're just dancing. They're not having a good time. That was just burning phosphorus. Really? Yeah, really. I'm scientific. Shaking, I said that and opened the next door. Fuck ass cat again. Don't panic, it's a cat. A cat. But glowing in the darkness, the cat's eyes were floating high in the air around us. Turn the lights on. Now let me look for the switch. What the fuck? A bat. God. The cat turned into a bat. Nami was scared. Then I said, no way, there was just a cat and a bat. Yeah, that must be it. We came back to the foyer. We were startled. What? There's a phone here? An old black phone was where the armor used to be earlier. We silently stared at the ringing phone. What should we do? I feel like we should answer. Because I was pissed as fuck at though. Yeah. What's happening? Okay. But, okay. I brought the phone to me. Nami shouted, "Art-san!" Hitching the phone cord, she held it up to me. Smoke was rising from the molten tip. Get out of me mansion! And yet it rings? I thought the bell was like someone shouting. Hesitating, I took the receiver. Hello? I didn't hear anything. Hello? A phone rang again. They're breaking every rule in the book of supernatural safety. What should they have done? Another phone. A phone was ringing somewhere in the mansion. From over there, too. What's going on? The rings echoed through the area. Hello? I shouted into the receiver in my hand. But as earlier, I didn't hear anything. Who's it from? I don't know. Nobody's there. They stopped ringing. There was another sound from upstairs. Not only strange phones, but noises, too. You see Hitodama, don't call this shit burning fossils because they hear you. Well, what if it's not Hitodama? It's a poltergeist. No, it's kidding. We'll find out whoever's hiding and doing these things to us. Just then Nami started to cry. I got angry. Come on already. We know you're here somewhere. Get out here and show yourself. My voice only vainly echoed in the foyer. We'll start looking for you. We'll definitely find you. Just wait. Wait, please don't go alone. Barely looking back at Nami when she shouted, I ran up the stairs. Get out here! Get out here! I went up and banged on the nearby door as hard as I could. You can't tell the difference between a will-o-wisp and a Hitodama. You're in big trouble, mister. I'm gonna make them egg on her. I just wish it will find you. I just don't want to believe it's supernatural because that's scary. But no reply. I'm coming in. Ooh. Just then, an unbelievably cold air came from inside and engulfed me. My anger dissipated, replaced with a cold chill down my spine. Art-san? What? This is... I just remembered I might have lived in a haunted house when I was like 4. Where's the exorcist award goes to Art-san? I'm not an exorcist, so you would be right. The strange presence left Nami petrified behind me at the entrance. A single wood coffin was in the center of the room. Are there vampires in this? There's like Dracula himself was inside. Surrounding it were many lit candles. I reached out my hand as if I was drawn towards it. I had nightmares all the time in an old house when I was 4. Nami screamed, "Stop! What are you doing?" I knew that I was about to do something I shouldn't, but my hand opened the lid on its own. Yellow Otogirisou flowers were crammed inside. A piece of calligraphy paper, cut out in the shape of a person, was on top of them. Revenge was written on it in jet black ink. Revenge. Revenge. Before I knew it, Nami had come to my side. That's it. I remembered. I looked at Nami. The symbolism of Otogirisou, it's revenge. Revenge. Otogirisou symbolizes revenge. She incoherently muttered that while she noticed a human-shaped paper. I had one thing where I couldn't tell whether it was a dream or not. Nami. She was pale. Let's leave. I grabbed Nami's hand. I feel something horribly ominous. Even someone as dense as me knows that. Let's leave. Almost dragging her outside, I closed the door with both my hands like I was stealing something unpleasant. Ew, no. I hate dolls. I can't stand dolls. This room is next. I approached the door on the opposite side. Almost crying, Nami asked, "You'll still look?" I shouted, "Yes, because you won't calm down if I don't look." I thought in my old house too, like the haunted dreams I felt real, you just keep having them. We may have to stay the night here. Simply put, some crazy eccentric could be living in this mansion. We have to find out if they're trying to harm us, or if anyone even lives here at all. I quickly talked on, and Nami said nothing. I thrust the door open. What the hell? Is that like a carpet? And a bed? It's Kellington and drowning. Probably weird for a 4-year-old. It was a very ordinary room. Nothing here. I closed the door. There are some rooms we haven't seen yet over that way. The delivery said that impersonally, and I went ahead to the other end of the hallway. Still silent, Nami followed behind me. I checked here before, but just in case, we looked in the room where we found the mummy earlier. This is the 3rd fucking time. They keep coming back again. I once where I get chased by shadows, bang on the doors, and trying to get me. I was 5 to 14. That's too long. That's 9 freaking years. But as expected, it wasn't here. The diary was in the same place as before. 2 rooms left. I opened the door opposite the mummy room. Oh. What's the matter? Nami glanced inside and seemed relieved when she looked at me. It looks like a woman's room. Things like the curtains, bed, and wallpaper were all white or light pink. Various ornaments and vases were neatly arranged inside. I knew it. Someone is here. Without knowing why, I was relieved. It really looks like someone is living here. Want to go in and check? No, so far the rooms didn't feel lived in, so we felt like we were exploring and could do some bold things. But when I saw this room, I went a little mad. For some reason, I suddenly felt like we were being rude. I can't go in without her permission when she's not here. What? Jesus Christ. That's scary, CK. If you say so. But if she was here, why hasn't she shown herself? There's no way she's hiding somewhere and having fun scaring us. Okay, if she does come out, I have to greet her. I want to complain, but let's search in earnest for the owner. I close the door. She in here? I sent from the next door. Even so, when I reached for the knob, Nami suddenly grabbed my hand. What? We shouldn't go in here. Are you okay? You look so scared. Hey, let's stop already. You look serious. What's this all of a sudden? Hey, please, let's stop. I have a very bad hunch about this room in particular. Just not this room. Why? Why not this room? It was next to a mission site with a National Guard station for some reason. That's crazy. It doesn't matter. Not this room. Don't say strange things. She might be in here. No, I think she's definitely not in there. Let's go downstairs already. She pulled my hand. Come on, this is the only. Come on, this is the only room we haven't checked yet. I shook off Nami's hand and grabbed the knob. Every detail of this house makes sound more cursed. One more curse? Yeah. This house is cursed at the start. But it wouldn't open. What? I guess it's locked. Yeah, so let's stop. Oh, I get it. She's hiding here to harass us. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? No response from beyond the door. Looking more closely, the four corners of the door were nailed shut. A room that won't open. Yeah, Art-san, now I'm hungry. What are you talking about all of a sudden? I'm serious. My stomach's growling. Art-san, dumb as fuck. Don't be mean to me. Nuclear missile sites are all over the rural Midwest because if they get tangled for destruction by an enemy, suddenly less people get nuked. Jesus. Won't you look for something to eat? Oh, let's go to the kitchen. I think something's there. But you're also hungry, right? You haven't eaten since lunch. That's true, but hey, let's look for something downstairs. Maybe the house owner is there. Okay, well. Eventually Nami got away. Nami went down the stairs, barely walked ahead alone. And the telephone up there. And grabbed a doorknob in front of her, almost as if it came naturally to her. Blah, blah, blah. I'm getting like tongue-tied. If nuclear warfare are all gonna die, I'm just gonna be first potentially. Don't say that! Nothing will happen. America will activate a big old shield. I'm sure we've got prevention measures in whatever, you know what I mean. Something was bothering me. I hate it here. 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 Would you meet up at the decommissioned ICBM museum? That sounds cool. That sounds like fun. I would want to see that. Nami, how do you know the kitchen is here? Huh? Now that you mention it, Nami looked at me with surprise. Why are you acting all surprised? I asked you the question. I don't know why. My feet came this way. How strange. We're not meeting up at my house. Like, go away. In any case, let's go inside. It's pitch black. But something smells good. I'm sure it's the dining room, but I flipped the light switch. A large table was in the center of the room. Food was piled up on plates all lined up. I actually have no idea how to say it, actually. When did we start this stream? I think it's been an hour. It's been an hour. No, not this stream, but this game. What happened here? What's the button to save? The only button I've been pressing all game is A. Where are the controls at? Pressing start doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, I guess I could save state on my real SNES. Sauce for the meat was scattered everywhere. Napkins on the table were covered in brown stains. Flies swarmed around the torn off head and tail of a fish. Split soup was dripping off the edge of the table onto the floor. Maybe a cat devoured it. It feels like it. Only the fruits are barely intact, but shriveled and blackened. They look totally unappealing. What should we do, Nami? What about the fridge? Huh? Nami asked, what's the matter? You look scared. Just now. I turned around. You didn't hear something just now? What? Something like a woman screaming. Not really. Was it your imagination? No, I'm sure I heard it. It's over that way. I approached the window. I couldn't see anything outside since it was dark, but I had an unpleasant hunch. Come look. I went from the window to the exit. Wait. What are you gonna do? Something might have happened. It's really bothering me. Wait, I'm going too. We left the dining room. Hey, lend me the lighter for a bit? Why? I'm taking a silver candlestick from the table. Oh, okay. I get nervous without something to light the way. Thanks. Here's the lighter back. Now that Nami had a lit candle, I tightly held the flashlight and slowly went through the hallway. Hey, did you really hear a voice or something? Nami looked at me doubtfully as we walked. Yeah. It was like a long, high-pitched, resentful cry. They got the RE7 fridge in there. I've never seen RE7. Is it like a nasty, gross fridge? Creepy. Nami grimaced. But why cry? Maybe because of a robbery. A robbery? Possibly. Why are the lights on, and why is the owner nowhere to be seen? That could explain it. We turned left at the end of the hallway and continued to the back of the mansion. But as we went on, it became narrower. The ceiling got lower. That's not how hallways work! It was strangely dim. I felt like times you suddenly entered a back alley from the main path. I pointed the flashlight, and a small iron door stood at the back. I said there's a door over that way. What a creepy door. It's like it's for a secret lab. It was like Nami said, with bare, crudely made rivets, and almost all the paint peeling off. The whole door was rusted dark brown. Is it open? I placed my hand on the knob. I heard it that time. That voice now. You heard it, didn't you? It was the same voice as earlier. Nami's eyes widened. She shook her head. Let's go. I boldly opened the door. Suddenly, wind and a splash of water hit our faces. It was the back entrance. I can't see anything at all. I pointed the flashlight into the distance and something on the right reflected it back. It's a greenhouse. So that means the scream came from inside there. Ah! Nami softly screamed behind me. What is it, Nami? It's gone out. Distressed, Nami's looking at her candle. Right, because it's rain. Oh, the rain put the candle out. What should we do? It's useless outside, so let's leave it here. I left it at my feet and took Nami's hand. Well, let's go. We joined hands and walked through the mud. Our dry clothes quickly got soaked, and it was hard to walk with our shoes covered in mud. I didn't think that we would, like, leave the mansion. I thought we'd be stuck in there the whole time. Nami quietly asked, "Do you think someone's there?" I don't think so. What? Then why did I come along? I mean, it could be another living person. Not a chance. At that moment, Nami's expression changed. Because if someone was there, I'm sure they would have noticed the flashlight shining just now. I didn't see any reaction, so they already... Why are you saying something so scary? Nami looked like she'd cry. It was pitch black inside the glass in front of us. I shined the flashlight inside. Ah. Nami and I screamed at the same time. Again. It was an Otogirisou, mixed among the other ornamental plants. Small yellow flowers were blooming close together. Nami whispered, "A greenhouse of revenge." Don't say creepy things. What, you're telling me? Cautiously shining light into the glass, we walked around the greenhouse, but nothing else was especially unusual. Just now we made it to the opposite side. Dude, they both sound bad. They both sound like I don't want to do it. Shall we check the greenhouse? I turned towards the entrance. Like, we're already out here. I don't want to go back inside. No, I've had enough. But... Huh? I pointed the light towards the sound, and the greenhouse door was flapping in the wind. I glanced at Nami's face. Her mouth still half open, she was looking at me out the corner of her eye. This is embarrassing. Alright, race to that door. I started running. What? That sound was the door creaking? Nami shouted, almost scolding me. It's a race, a race. I continued running without paying attention to her. Wait. Kya. I looked back and she had fallen with her backside on the ground. I fell down, this sucks. Laughing, I faced the door. I said, wait, I can't see in the dark. When I arrived at the entrance, I turned around and pointed the light at Nami. The greenhouse's glass door stood out in the corner of the light. Then, when I saw it, my smile froze. Oh, come on. You left me behind. Nami caught up to me. When she saw my face and said, "You're looking so scared again. You won't fool me this time." I pointed at the glass door with my chin. Since you're generally a scatterbrain. What the hell? Nami was written on the glass door in big red letters. The shaking glass bounced the light back, as if gently brushing against us in the rain. I said it's a coincidence. I realized my voice was growing tight. Even if it was a coincidence, why was her name in a place like this? Nami's face went pale and she stood stock still in the rain out of surprise. At the loss of her words, only our eyes were moving in time with the glass. Flapping in the wind, the door creaked again. Let's go back. I deliberately spoke encouragingly. But Nami didn't respond. Let's go back. I strongly pulled Nami's hand, but she refused to move. Why is my name? You're worrying too much. But I said it's just a coincidence. That's it. We've never even been here before, so it has nothing to do with you. Someone who lives here just happens to have the same name as you. True, it's odd that it's written there, but if we ask the owner, they'd probably be like, what's that all about? I'm sure that's all it is. As if shaking off my fear, I kept talking loudly without stopping to take a breath. Okay. Talking in a small, almost disappearing voice, Nami nodded. Staying in the rain too long is bad for us. Let's go back. I dragged Nami along and started to walk back. Oh man, why are we back in here? We returned to the mansion and Nami looked depressed. I felt really bad for her. It was my fault, after all, that we saw that out there. Some way to cheer her up. That's it. I deliberately said brightly, "Hey! What? Won't you take a bath?" Eh? Nami looked surprised. Because we got all muddy. But it's fine, it's fine. I think it's probably over there. I went ahead on my own. You're just gonna use someone's bath? You don't even know what the hell is in here. Getting naked is when you're most vulnerable. I turned right around the dim hallway, and soon there was a frosted glass door in front of us. Here it is. I pulled the handle. It was pitch black inside. I pointed the flashlight, and just as I thought, it was a washroom. On the left, there was a white sink with a big mirror. A Western-style toilet was next to it. Another frosted glass sliding door was at the back. It probably led to the bathroom. Okay, should we wash our hands first? I approached the sink. Is there going to be like blood in there or something? I approached the sink. The porcelain sink was deep and smooth. The gaskets must be cold, or old, since water was continuously dripping from the tap. I turned it on. The white sink was dyed a deep red. No! Blood! Nami clung to my shoulder. No, it's rust. It's rust. After a moment, the red water became clear. The pipes are just old. Look, it's fine. I wet my hands in the flowing water. Nami was being rather nervous. I wanted her to go back to her old cheerful self somehow. Oh, there isn't any soap. Nami, do you want some? Oh, I'd personally just use water. For some reason, she was strangely modest. Usually, she absolutely insists wanting to use soap. Is it not in the bathroom? I looked at the glass door in the back. Oh, I'll go look. Nami entered the bathroom. The hell was that sound? I said then I'll look for it here too. I went to the shelf next to the mirror. It was kind of dusty. Perhaps nobody had used it in a long time. There was a toothbrush with yellow bristles and an open, crushed flat tube of toothpaste. I also saw a woman's old, worn-out razor with a rusty blade and coiled hair. Creeped out, I closed the shelf. Suddenly I saw Nami's face in the mirror. Looking at her reflection, I asked, "Was it there?" "No." Nami's voice echoed from the bathroom. "I see." I turned around out of surprise. "What's the matter? Why the strange face?" Nami came out of the bathroom. "Nami, you were over there just now." "Yeah, but..." She was supposed to be in the bathroom, so her face shouldn't have reflected in the mirror. Nami asked with a clouded expression, "Did something happen?" "No, it's nothing!" I evaded the question. I didn't want to scare her any further. Maybe I simply imagined it. Besides that, was there soap? Smiling, I changed the topic back to soap. "No? Oh, I wonder if it's here." I crouched down and opened the hinge door below the sink. Oh. Inside, an unpleasant odor like putrid mud hung there. I looked in and tried not to breathe through my nose. S-shaped drainage pipe ran through the center. Items like bathroom cleaners, insecticides, shampoo, and many other plastic bags are scattered like trash to the right as if avoiding contact with the pipe. Perhaps because the pipe leaked long ago, residents seeped out of their containers and mixed with us. I felt like I'd be sick. Is there really soap in a place like this? What about this? I took out a big white plastic box to the left of the drainage pipe. Inside was a wooden box marked with a cross. Isn't this a medicine box? There's also something under it. Nami, could you pick up the box? Nami grabbed the medicine box handle and lifted it. Then crowds of big black bugs with greasy wings started crawling out from under it. Yeah, cockroaches. Shut up, Saku. Shut up. Shut up. Shouldn't you be taking a shower? Nami screamed and threw the medicine box to the floor. It opened from the impact, scattering small bottles and various medicine packages over the floor. In no time at all, the cockroaches all ran out of the room under the door. Oh, they're gone. Bleh. Smiling, I went up to the medicine to scare about. Sorry, I'm hopeless. Oh, I'll get them. Nami knelt down and started bringing back the medicine to where they belonged. Hey, the cockroaches are gone, right? Yeah. Oh, there it is. So, I got up and turned on the faucet. Nami was still picking up the scattered medicine. How about you wash your hands? We found soap. Okay. She replied half-heartedly. I'd rather not touch the medicine with dirty hands. Right. Nami stood up next to me and started washing her hands. Mud was coming off our hands and arms, and then dark muddy water swirled down the drain. Artsan? What is it? I was putting the medicines away and thought, I don't recognize many of them. Medicines you don't recognize. Some I've never seen before. Let me see them. I was a little curious. Wait a moment. Let me grab many medicines from the box. Look at this. I took one tube and read the label. Chloromycidin. Mixed with fibrinolytic enzymes. What in the world is this? I opened the cap and squeezed a little. A white cream slithered out. It was like an anti-itch medicine. But it didn't have the pungent and burning smell characteristic of those medicines. Nothing else is on the label besides a tongue twister of a description. I read the label on the other tube. Vitamin E mixed with sulfur drugs. Surprised, Nami-san looked at me. That's from the Vietnam War. What the hell? That's a defoliant. Why is it mixed in with vitamin E? The medicine's effects are written on the label. Could be like a burn medicine? Oh, look at this other one. Curious, I looked up. Local coagulation blockers. Heparin. Something extracted from a calf's blood. They're all keloid medications. I didn't know any of it. It was all written on the labels. I was gathering the medicine scattered on the floor and opened the lid on one. Hey, look at this. What a strange color. A small flat around plastic container had a purple jelly-like medicine inside. Why are you just opening shit and like squeezing it out? What if it's dangerous? I've seen a medicine with a color like this before. I'm sure you don't see many like it. Yeah. Nami looked at me triumphantly. But for some reason, there are many creams all for burns. Maybe someone got burned often? Alright, sure, but I wonder why I have this many kinds of them. Well, never mind. Let's put them back and wash up. Oh, wait a moment. There's still one more on the floor there. Small brown glass bottle with an open lid was on the floor. Is it empty? No, something pale yellow. Is this medical cream too? Not much was inside, only a little bit of a thick, pale yellow medicine. The bottle had a handwritten label on it, but the paper seemed rather cold, burnt and worn out. Acronol? Zinc. Does this say oil? The label is blurry. Is it zinc oxide oil? Are you familiar with it? It's also a burn medicine. How do you know that? I was a little surprised Nami said that with such a matter-of-fact facial expression. But it's been around for a long time. Oh, really? So you aren't mistaken, like without defoliant it from earlier? When I mockingly smiled at her, Nami snatched the bottle from me and shut it in the medicine box. If you don't believe me, fine. My mistake, I believe you. At any rate, was it a burn medicine? I tilted my head to the side as I stood up. I opened the glass door at the back. Pale blue tiles covered the floor and even the walls. There was a white, Western-style bathtub. I thought black mold was growing in the walls' tile joints. When I looked, there were just cracks when I looked more closely. The bathroom was small for such a large mansion. When you get out of the tub, the most you can do is stand and dry yourself. Were all Western-style tubs like this? I don't think 2 people fit in here. What? You just say something? No, nothing. It's only big enough for 1 person. Ah, so you did hear me. Nami also came into the bathroom. Hey, do you think hot water is working? I turned on the shower head a little. Just as I thought, cold red water trickled out. Maybe the plumbing doesn't work here? Almost giving up hope, I spun the faucet a lot. After a bit, the water started to clear up and steam began to rise at the same time. I dipped my hand into the running hot water. Oh, the temperature is great. How is it? Nami also reached for the water. To mess with her, I quickly turned it off. She slightly scowled at me and went back to the washroom. Are you mad? She didn't respond. When I went back to the washroom, Nami had taken a bath towel hanging next to the sink. You're going to use her towels? It's fine. I'll only wash my body and wipe the water. Once it dries, it'll be like I wasn't here. She bluntly said that and went to my side in the bathroom. You're not going to take your clothes off? I obviously won't do that out here. Ah, right. Alright, since I'll go in first. Nami closed the sliding door. Said, oh, this door's stiff. It won't close all the way. Something was rattling, which was typical for a poorly closing door. Hey, an okay guy. What are you mad about? It's fine, leave it alone. But this has a lock. I looked up and she said with a scary face, you better not look. I won't. You got that right. I'll break up with you if you look. Okay, okay. In the end, Nami took a shower with the door still unlocked. I could faintly see Nami's gestures of hanging up the towel and taking off her clothes to the frosted glass. I think it was nice to see her so lively. Can I come in too? I promised her, so I turned a blind eye. Oh, that's right. We forgot the change of clothes. I'll go get the change of clothes from the foyer. I called out to Nami and went to the foyer. No! Don't leave her! Don't leave her alone! I should have went in. I should have asked her if I could come in. This is such a bad idea. I took the bag side and looked around the entrance hall. It was quiet. I looked at the clock and saw the hands exactly pointing to 10 o'clock. So many strange things have happened, but if we can manage to survive until morning. No! No! Nami, why are you in the armor? I looked where it was supposed to be from earlier, but it was gone. The sounds came from the direction of the bathroom. I returned to the hallway. Perhaps because the armor turned around at the end of the hallway, just as sounds faded out. I ran. However, when I approached the washroom, I suddenly heard Nami scream from inside. Kia! Nami, what's wrong? Panicking, I opened the washroom door. I entered the washroom just as Nami dashed out of the bathroom. Don't worry, the living armor is just a mollusk colony? Oh, thank goodness. Nami's wet white skin pierced my eyes. She was stark naked. As our eyes met, I stammered. Oh, Nami squatted down, curled up back, and frantically screamed. Get out! Get out! I'm sorry. Why did she scream? I rushed out in the hallway. Look away! Yes, of course. Nami roughly closed the washroom's last door. Nami, what's wrong? Did something happen? I didn't do that on purpose. I was worried. I definitely worried, but also felt like I got something out of this. No, you must not come in. She still sounded angry. I spoke as calmly and gently as possible. Okay, I won't come in until you say you can. Fan service time? Yeah, pretty much. I don't think they're actually gonna, like, show her, but... What the hell is going on? She clearly screamed, right? But are you okay? You said it was hot, so did you get burned? I'm okay. It only started to burn. Please wait a little longer. I'm suspicious about this. What happened? The shower suddenly got hotter. So I tried to stop it, but it came unbearably hot. It was cramped in there with nowhere to run away, so I dashed out. Just a thought. The equipment may be worn out. Your body's okay? You didn't get burned or anything? I'm okay. I got out there right away. Oh, I'll put the change of clothes here. I put the bag in front of the glass door. The door opened a little and Nami reached out for it. A little while later, I heard Nami say, okay, you can come in. I went inside and it was full of steam. They had a lukewarm humidity that stuck to the skin. Nami looked prim and proper again in her change of clothes. She was drying her hair in front of the mirror. Her cheeks were red from the shower. I'm sorry about before. No, it's okay. I looked into the bathroom. More and more steam was rising, and hot water was still coming out of the shower. I dipped my hand into it. Ouch! This water's boiling. You said it. If you were too late, you would have been badly burned. Well, maybe that's why there's so many burn medicines. A small light bulb went off in my head. Mom said, but isn't that the wrong way to look at it? Normally, you'd just fix the bath. Well, I can't complain too much about someone else's house. Well, at least you're okay. But what to do? The shower won't stop heating up. You can't use it in this state. Oh, that's it. I remember seeing a big machine at the back of the house. Based on this location, I wonder if it was a boiler or something. I'll go to the boiler room. Huh? There's one here? There was something similar to one earlier. I'll go look for it. Will you be okay? Yeah, I'll be back soon. Leaving with that, I left. I was just about to come out of the dark hallway. The iron back door, I remembered the sounds of the armor from earlier. Yeah, what was that about? There's no way it went this way. I gulped and grabbed the doorknob. I boldly pulled the door and quickly jumped back. Nothing. Phew, the rain had mostly stopped. Guess I'll go. And I tried to step forward. Someone behind me put a hand on my shoulder? Ah! It was Nami. I shouted, what the heck? But I was alone and scared. She spoke sweetly. Please don't talk to me so suddenly like that. I lost 10 years of my life on that scare. But, okay, fine. Well, we'll go together. And get dirty again. And what are you doing here? Don't get so mad. Where's the boiler room? Look, we can see the light from the bathroom over there. A basement or something is near it. It's close. Yeah. Okay, I'll stay here, and you'll come back as soon as you're done. What? You said it was close. You don't want to go together? I'd get dirty again. I noticed she was barefoot. Ah, got it. Then I'll go. I went down the concrete steps. If it gets dangerous, I'll call out and we'll go home. Dangerous? What do you mean, dangerous? I started walking along a wall on my left. Wet ivy leaves were rustling. Before long, the entrance appeared as if a gaping hole had opened in the wall. I went down the dark stone steps and pointed the flashlight inside. A big, featureless silver machine stood out in the darkness. Above me, several metal pipes were coming out of the walls and the ceiling. Just as I thought, here's the boiler. I shined the flashlight on some kind of meter in front of me. What's this? The gauge's needle was already past 80 degrees Celsius and still climbing. Thank goodness the water temperature was only starting to rise earlier. If Nami gotten into this kind of boiling water, I got a chill down my spine. Next, I found the water temperature control knob and was surprised again. I saw it had been set to 100 degrees Celsius. Why is it set so high? Come to think of it, there was a strange sound. But the bench and the boiler were probably old. I turned the temperature control knob down to 40 degrees Celsius. For now, all I could do is check on the bath. When I returned to the back door, Nami asked, how was it? It was boiling water because the boiler controls are set to 100 degrees Celsius. Huh? She was speechless. Well, when the water first came out, I think your bath was about 50 degrees Celsius, but I think the temperature control is 80 degrees Celsius now. Yes, 80. Completely deadly. I talked a little excitedly as we entered the mansion. But why something like 100 degrees Celsius? Won't that be too hot to get in? Yeah, but I adjusted the dial to 40 degrees Celsius, so I think the bath should be fine now. I've had enough. I'm scared. Besides, I already took a shower. You also changed clothes, so I can't force you. We returned to the washroom. Do you think it's really cooled down? I opened the bathroom sliding door all the way. Wow, hot white steam hit our faces. It hung in the air like the inside of a cloud. But the shower's temperature was already going down. I reached out and turned it off. At any rate, it stopped. We can relax a bit now. Nami giggled. Hey, I wonder what time is it? I remember I saw a clock earlier. I think it's past 10 o'clock. Huh? Nami, weren't you wearing a watch? Oh, looks like I accidentally dropped it at some point. No, I don't think you did. I'm sure I had it when I went to the dining room. I see. Okay, I'll have you look for it later. That being said. Yeah, mimic. I deliberately made my face look weak. Sorry, but may I take a shower first? I would be afraid of saying that, because apparently people say that if you say that, it increases the likelihood of someone of them appearing near you. So be careful about that in the chat. When the steam hit me now, I really wanted to go in. I'll get out after 5 minutes. The hot water is filling up, and if I'm already here. Good thing I deformed it. Yeah, you added the L in there. So seriously. Alright, I'll wait outside. Nami got a wet polo shirt and shorts from the bathroom and was wringing them out as she came back. She had taken them off when she went in earlier. I can't believe they're so brave enough to take a shower in here. Like this guy's taking a shower too. She asks, hey, is the drainage here bad? None of the hot water from earlier is going down. I looked in the tub. The hot water here was draining a little better than the washroom, but was almost overflowing. Is it plugged up? I got and looked for the drainage hole, but I couldn't see anything like the one outside, the one in front of me. I looked into a fist-sized gap between it and the back wall. Ugh! A pool of hot water on the floor had long black tangled water that swayed and floated like seaweed. Almost said Slade. It seemed to be causing the blockage, but judging from the length, it wasn't Nami's hair. I didn't know why, but it eerily made me think of a drowned body. I slightly hesitated. I looked away and thrust my right hand into the hot water. The long, thin, rustling hair tingled my fingers and palm. Deliberately trying to be thick-skinned, I grabbed what felt like hundreds of strands of hairs all at once and forcibly pulled them up. Some parts I felt smoothly falling out of my hands. Does this guy still think he's not in a haunted house? Yeah, he does. Like, they're way too brave. Other parts, it was like I could hear the sounds of ripping hair traveling through my arms. For a moment, it felt like the hair was pulling me. I let up on my strength and then continued carefully pull. Before long, the hair little by little split into two with a big splash. A lot more hair than I expected appeared on the water's surface. I pulled up the long wet hair too strongly, curled around my arms like a living thing. Getting my teeth, I got out of the tub. When Nami saw the stuff in my hands, she covered her mouth with her hands and looked away. I don't blame her. The surface of the water is extremely filthy. I carefully dragged out paper from the holder on the left wall, stooped down, scraped the hair on my arms into the trash bin under the sink. Did someone get a haircut? I deliberately said something dumb to hide my disgust. But I wasn't entirely joking either. It was unlikely that the hair gathered there had suddenly fallen out. I flushed the paper I used to dry my hands and then went to the sink and painstakingly washed my hands more than I needed to. Hey, is the drain still blocked? It's quickly going down. Thank goodness. There might still be some hair left, but it should be fine if it's draining out on its own. I didn't want to touch any of it again. Okay then, I'll get soon. I plan to get out soon. Or I'll get in. I plan to get out soon, but it won't be pretty if the owner comes home. Got it. Nami headed for the sink and started washing her clothes. I forced the door open a little, fully closed with a click. Wait, it's closing now? The water was still a little hot, but not so hot that it couldn't get in. I threw my clothes on the floor. I stepped in the tub, filled to the brim with hot water, and slowly immersed my body into it. He's sitting in the tub? I would not dare. I would just simply shower. He's actually relaxing. I washed my face with the hot water and let out a big sigh. I felt slightly revived. I preferred if the owner didn't come home. In that case, I'd leisurely rest here and go back home tomorrow. Why does he keep acting like the owner's not home? They saw a fucking mummy and there's a, like, walking suit of armor. My mood was improving and I felt full of energy. I was thinking rather selfishly. I don't think that'll happen. Turn the shower on. Man, this makes me wish it was Halloween time already. Really? It doesn't need to be Halloween to get scary. It wasn't that stupidly hot water anymore. What a nice feeling. Oh, I carelessly forgot the soap and towel. I used my hands to clean off the mud stuck to my feet. The hot water rapidly became dirty. So that's why this is a Western-style tub. I was using the owner's bathroom at my convenience, saying whatever I wanted. I like myself like this. Okay, I'll get out soon. I purposely shouted to Nami so she could hear me, but no reply from the washroom. I hit the sliding door. I'm coming out! But no reply. That's weird. Maybe she went somewhere? Oh, I get it. She's hiding again to scare me. I put my hand on the sliding door and said, I know you're out there, so... Why the fuck would she try to scare you? The door wasn't opening. I knew it! I was like, when he said, like, huh, the door closed this time. I was like, dude, you fucking idiot. It closed in on you. It's about the creepy vibe. But there's a lot of horror movies that play during the summer. To me, summer is more like big on horror stuff than Halloween. It would open to about the thickness of my fingers, but immediately close again as if pushing back. I know you're out there. Open the door. Thinking Nami was holding it down, I hit and pulled the rattling sliding door. But I sensed that Nami really wasn't there. It wasn't fitting earlier, so since I forced it closed. I tried a bunch of things that slightly rounded me up and down, but it still wouldn't open. Suddenly, even though it should be off, hot water spouted from the shower. Am I getting drowned? I hurriedly spun the faucet, but it was already turned all the way. No way. I got a bad hunch about this. Nami! Open the door! Nami! I screamed as loud as I could, but no reply. I looked down and saw a metal slab the size of some chewing gum nailed into the door rail. What? What the heck is this? It was like a prop preventing the door from opening. Earlier, it couldn't close well. Without a doubt, this was why. My thumb got sore from trying too hard to tear it off. It was no use. What am I supposed to do? I found a window, but it was too small for me to get through. My bad hunch proved to be right. The water from the shower is getting hotter and hotter. Dense white steam enveloped the room. It was becoming painful to breathe. Soon, it'll be unbearable. Is this the ending? I got out by breaking the glass. Hold on. I was putting on my clothes and a terrible thought came to me. Thank goodness the temperature only rose slowly now, but what if the door closed when Nami was in there earlier? Luckily, it happened to not fully close because she isn't as strong as me. So the shower was a trap. Whoever it is expected us to take a shower so that when we close the door, it will kill us. Maybe if I took a shower first... I became worried about Nami. How long have you been playing? I think it's 2 hours now, right? Has it been 2 hours yet? Because I'm wondering if this might be a good place to start. Wait, no? Has it only been 1 hour? Wait. It's been an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half. We can go a little bit longer. She might be looking for a clock. I'm saying this because she asked me earlier what time it was. I went to the dining room, but Nami wasn't there. Just to be sure, I looked for her in the kitchen, but as expected, she wasn't there either. Where'd she go? Then white clothes passed by in the hallway. I quickly faced the door, but only caught the glance of the bottom of her dress. There is a woman's room in this house. Whose? I chased after them, but nobody was in the hallway. That's weird. Nami shouldn't be wearing clothes like that. I aimlessly came back to the foyer. I heard voices coming from upstairs. I listened closely. Suddenly I heard nothing. Strange. I'm sure I just heard somebody now. I quietly went up the stairs. Yeah, the stairs make way too much noise. It definitely heard you coming up. At the top of the stairs, I heard the voices again from the other side of the hallway. As I approached, they became clear. It sounded like a young man and young woman talking. Young man. Maybe the owner came back? So, the voices sounded cheerful. So many strange things have happened, but am I just overthinking things? If that was true, we came in and did all sorts of things as we pleased. What would be a good excuse? With mixed feelings, I came in front of the room. At any rate, I'll have to apologize and introduce myself. I rose my arm and tried to knock. However, the conversation suddenly cut off that instant. The door opened a little. Ah! Did they notice me? My body got tense and I waited for a person to appear from inside. A white hand appeared from the gap. It was a woman's. I involuntarily spoke. Suddenly the woman inside backed away. We both held our breath in fear. The next instant, she suddenly apologized. A white woman jump scare, and we're not even playing Tsukihime. I'm sorry. Huh? It was Nami's voice. Huh? Nami? Art-san? I opened the door wide and Nami was standing in the room. What? Huh? All my strength went away. I said, what are you doing? I thought the house's owner had come back. Me too. Please don't surprise me again. Why are you here? I was worried since you weren't there when I got out of the shower. No, listen. Her eyes began to sparkle as if she told me some amazing adventure story. When I was looking for a clock earlier, there was a voice from above. So I thought for sure that the owner had returned home. Me too. That's why I came up. Is that so? Laughing, she hit my shoulder. Nami said, it's funny. Listen. I'm listening. What do you think it was? Well, so listen. That's why I said I'm listening. I got a little annoyed. I thought the owner was here, so I was really nervous about knocking on this door. Okay. Even so, there was no reply, but there was a voice. So, I made up my mind and opened the door. Then, hee, stop laughing. Hurry up and say it. Nobody was there. Then what I found inside, I shouted, get on with it. I was worried someone was there. Sorry, Nami then briefly paused as if she was announcing some important news. I think my voice is still like really sore from yesterday. Like I'm having such a hard time reading. It was a radio. A radio. Look, there. Nami pointed to a black radio in the room. Well, I'll be. But why didn't you come down then? I was really worried. It was just... Nami looked at the top of the dresser. Oh, fuck off. Two Western-style girls' dolls were on top of it. They're completely identical with red jumper skirts. Is this foreshadowing, you know, two identical dolls? Maybe there's two identical Nami? I remember seeing these dolls somewhere. These. I picked them up. Let me see them for a bit. As if the dolls were something very important to her, Nami gently held them to her cheeks. Ah. I've never seen her like this before. A very relieved expression. This must be her mansion, and maybe she has a twin sister. What is it? Something I very fondly remember. I feel like I've become a kid again. When I was a boy, these kinds of dolls all look the same to me. No, it's not like that. These are special. Spellbound, Nami shut her eyes. I don't really understand girls' feelings about these. Oh, besides that, I thought I saw a person's shadow earlier, but it wasn't the owner. I think it was a woman in a white dress, but Nami opened her eyes. I got the feeling she was still daydreaming. I'm curious, so I'll go downstairs and check it out, but I headed out to the hallway. Okay. Nami stretched and gently put the dolls back where they belonged, as if she was handling treasures. When she left the room, she waved to them as if she was reluctant to leave them. Bye-bye. Okay. We can stop here. Change it up a bit. I was thinking that like, nah, I'm not gonna be scared playing this game. No big deal. It's fucking scary. I don't want to touch this game for a long time. I think maybe it's time for me to make more tea. Drink something so I can restore my voice's energy. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, no worries. Work. Why can't you be unemployed? No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for hanging out and listening in. I hope it was fun. Art-san, not me, the person in the game, is really dumb. I would like to make different decisions if possible, but these are the only ones I have, so I appreciate you sticking by and hanging out, and good luck at work. Oh, my nose is so stuffy. Yeah, bye. Yeah. I'll also be BRB, so anyone who's like lurking and hanging out here as well, take care of yourselves. I won't take too long. I just gonna make some tea real quick, and when I get back, we'll be playing another game. See you guys in a jiffy.